Hi everybody, this is Tim Gresh, professional bike fitter in Westchester, Pennsylvania. This video will be a little bit different. We're going to talk about a really cool indoor setup that you can do super easy, especially if you have a track bike or some kind of a fixed gear bike, and also how you can set up a fairly inexpensive dedicated trainer bike. And this is really all possible because recently Wahoo Fitness started playing nicely with ZWIFT, and they've unveiled an update allowing the Kicker Core to work with virtual shifting. And virtual shifting is basically a way that the trainer will adjust resistance to mimic gear shifts, and then you control those gear shifts using a little controller on your handlebars. Now, what ZWIFT is doing is they're going to sell you a cog that will go onto the Kicker. It'll slap on, and then a little tiny switch that will give you like an up and down arrow for gear shifting. But what I actually did was for about $5, I had one of these cogs laying around. So I threw that on the free hub body of my Kicker Core, used some cassette spacers here to kind of space out the rest, added my lock ring, make sure that I had that cog kind of in the middle so my chain line is nice and straight to the front. And then for $100, I got these ZWIFT Play controllers, which are awesome because they have buttons on it, allow you to control things in the ZWIFT game, but also right on the ends here is a shift button. So there's one on this side that'll do a easier gear, and then the other on this side will do a harder gear, and that will control in the game your gear selection. So I can actually hop on my track bike, single speed, and fully ride in ZWIFT with gear shifting. So this is my new ZWIFT bike. This opens up a lot of possibilities. So from a bike fit perspective, you could take any single speed bike, put it on, and modify it for fairly inexpensive to make it more comfortable. I did make a video kind of on this topic. It was called Bike Fit Comfort. I'll leave a link in that description below where I showed you some of my picks for a good saddle that's more comfortable, or the ones that I found to have success with for indoor riding. Also, handlebars of my choice for indoor riding that have a nice flat top here. So you could get a nice pair of handlebars, put that on here. Don't need to worry about cables or even the brakes or anything like that. Just put them on. These are actually just SRAM brake levers. They don't have any shifting in them in there, as you would imagine. The other thing too is that if you don't have a track bike, there's a number of companies out there. One that stands out is State Bicycle, and they make bikes for well under $1,000. So you can actually get a single speed from them. It's just a steel track bike, single speed bike, and you could use that as your new dedicated indoor bike using this setup, where you have virtual shifting and the ZWIFT Play controller. So I think this is really cool. You don't have to worry about having all the gears, the derailleurs, all that stuff. Another really cool thing is that with State Bicycle in particular, you can actually choose your crank length. And as I said in my video on Bike Fit Comfort, having shorter cranks is, I think, a good thing for indoors. Just makes it a little bit more comfortable. So as a bonus, in my case, I had 165s on my track bike here, and a lot of track bikes have that. So that happens to be the crank that I like riding. I downsized from 170. So I mean, this is like a perfect indoor bike now. But in the case of anyone watching this video looking to do this setup, if you pick up a bike from State Bicycle, last time I checked, you can choose a 170 or 165. So you can have at it there. Otherwise, I mean, it's going to be fairly inexpensive to take these cranks off, get some square taper cranks, and a length of your choice. You're not dealing with, some kind of a, Shimano Hollowtech or BB30 or anything like that, double chain rings. I mean, it's just a track crank. Doesn't need to be pretty, doesn't need to be light, just has to do the job for indoor riding. So there you go. I hope that is helpful to you, converting a single speed bike into a dedicated trainer bike with full gear shifting. And you actually have gear shifting all the way up to 20 gears. So right now we're on the easiest gear, number 1, but that'll actually go up to gear 24. GP Llama and DC Rainmaker have some great videos on how this all works. I'll leave some of those links in the description below as well, so check those out. And hey, give it a go. Thanks for watching.